Price of Bitcoin just dropped back below $106,000, but is that a sign of things to come? Because James is back up today, although he's back $300,000 in a loss. Earlier today, if we're just checking back in on James's trades, because it has been, for me, I mean, it's been fun watching along. I'm sure it's not been very fun for him. You can see he bottomed out here at minus 31 million and currently is back at minus 30 million. So he's up $1 million in the past 24 hours, but still, things isn't looking that good because a big fat loss there. Still completely over leveraged in $147 million position size, using a very small amount of money in comparison to the size of the position, meaning that we've probably got too much leverage here and that position is still at risk. So today we need to assess whether or not the price of Bitcoin is going to go up, because Stonksy fired in a long position and it is still in a long position. You can see it's correct as far as things go. But for me, because the market is so changeable right now, I would much rather take profits once the move has already happened. For me, these small moves, I'm in and out, and I take profits very quickly in this market. And the reason for that is you don't want to be holding on to things long term. Currently, I've only got 2 trades open. These 2 trades right here, 421k short on Bitcoin and 250k short on ETH. Nothing crazy in terms of sizing. We'll scale into it if it seems worthwhile scaling into it. As it is, small profit, small loss, they cancel each other out. It really means not so much. But I'm using Bybit here. Get yourself one of these. I actually loaded up the thing in preparation, so I currently get 4% cash back on all the money that I spend on my Bybit card. If you just join straight away, then you get 2% back on all of the money that you spend on the card. And if you get up to VIP 5, you get 8% cash back. I used to be VIP 5, and then I took a little bit of time off trading just to recalibrate myself because I wasn't on a winning streak. And, well, we are where we are now, and we're getting 4% cash back, but still, it's better than a kick in the teeth. Now, I just want to point out, you actually do get the cash back, and I've got that much so far. It's just an amazing way of earning money from spending money. I've also opened some new trades today on Bybit. This is through Bybit using MetaTrader, and we're actually short on the German stock market. And the reason for that is this is the German stock market right now, and Trump tomorrow is going to talk about EU tariffs again and how much money he wants out of the EU, and they have been very blatantly rude about the European Union recently. And so I expect the German market is going to drop, and you can actually do all of this through Bybit. Just click the link in today's video description. You can do pretty much anything through Bybit. It's a fantastic exchange. Now, back to the price of Bitcoin though. Bitcoin is on the up. Also, slap a like on today's video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Many of you do this, and I really appreciate it, but just remember, this is the second channel, and most of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. You're subscribed to the main channel, but not the second channel. So if you're not subscribed, press that subscribe button, and we can get these numbers up nice and quickly, but also slap a like while you're down there. Thank you very much. Now, back to it. Is Bitcoin going to bounce here? And I think there's a good case to say yes, it is, and I think there's also another good case to say no, it's not. So I'm going to pull Stonksy off the chart, and we're going to look at the oscillator tool on the higher time frames, such as the 1 hour, and say, well, the oscillator is high right now. It's not dropping to the downside, which is kind of good, especially if you're considering a long position, but that was a pretty significant rejection. However, that significant rejection has actually brought us down and retested a level of support here. Currently, so long as we remain above this level right here, come on, focus. Why aren't we focusing? Focus. There we go. Yeah, currently we remain above this level of support. For as long as we remain above that level of support, we're good. As soon as we break that level of support, it's not good. That level of support is $105,668. If we break above $105,668, then we should continue to the downside and ultimately break below 102,000. Now, if we're to go over and check in on this, which is the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, I'm going to have to start faffing around with the zoom on today's video because it's not very happy. You can see down here, $100,000, huge range of liquidity. We're just tapping into this liquidity right now up here. There's also another huge range above 110k. However, which one are we more likely to test? I still favor that one. Mainly, and a lot of my hypothesis is this man has been wrong very consistently recently. And basically, I expect him to continue to be wrong. And because of that, I would be surprised if he actually turned a pretty significant profit. Now, if we go over to the top traders and refresh again today, top traders on Hyperliquid, and we scroll down, we can see that the top traders are short, 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 long, short. A lot of people shorting right now in this market. So we can see that out of these larger accounts that are on Hyperliquid, the bulk of them appear to be short, although, yeah, no, the bulk of them are short, 53% short, 43% long. Interesting to see that. But trader profitability, 17%. So you could argue that that figure means absolutely diddly squit when most people actually don't make money trading these markets, which is actually fascinating. So who are these 17% of people that actually make money? Who are we? Why do you all keep losing when you're doing this? Stop. If you keep losing, stop. Easiest thing to do. Anyway, Ethereum back above $2,600 again. It's actually looking pretty decent on these lower time frames, to be fair. Today's been a pretty decent day. If we look here, we can see the oscillator tool starting to head back to the downside again. But basically, we're at the bottom of the range. And again, it's a pretty similar situation for Ethereum in that if Ethereum holds this level of support here, which would be at $2,600, the skies are blue, the skies are clear. It'll continue pumping. The second that we're back below 2,600, this puppy's going down. So if you see that, that's the level of which to short from. Me being short from where I'm short from, I'm jumping the gun, especially on Ethereum. I don't know about Bitcoin as much. I'm not quite as bullish on Bitcoin as I am on Ethereum, but I might be jumping the gun there. There probably is going to be a better time to enter that particular trade. Yeah, overall though, things are looking interesting, and I'm curious to see. This is the first trade that I've taken on a index in a very, very long time. We currently, what I did is, and I'll keep you updated in every day's video with this, I put $10,000 in the account, and I'm using, I don't quite understand how lot sizes work in comparison to crypto. Crypto makes so much more sense to me. We're losing $100 anyway, $150 right now. We're losing some money. I don't know quite how it works. I'll keep you all, maybe I'll blow the 10K today, you'll see. But either way, the logic stands that this, on the short time frames, look at that, looks like probably a good time to talk because, short, because when Trump talks about this stuff, Trump said something there, Trump said something here. These are short-term scalp trades, and tomorrow he's due to talk about basically his tariffs on Europe. And every time he mentions tariffs on Europe, the market tanks. That's the logic behind that trade. There's not a lot else to it. When it comes to today's crypto news and how that's going to affect the markets, Trump is set to speak directly to President Xi on Friday, which is China's president. Brazil's president says he is ready to negotiate a deal with the US. People are starting to line up as they hoped for. Eric Trump says his family is all in on crypto because the financial system is a pyramid scheme. And there's something that I'd like to bring up about this, which is that all financial systems are pyramid schemes. Bitcoin is, the dollar is, everything is, because if people pile money into a hole, that hole gets popular and the value rises, just like the dollar, just like Bitcoin. It's by definition a Ponzi scheme. You're pumping the value of something. There isn't as much money in Bitcoin as the total value of Bitcoin. Every stock is a Ponzi scheme. Everything's a Ponzi scheme. But you all know this, so I don't need to go into it too much in detail, but you understand that, like, pretty much everything is a Ponzi scheme, which is, it's just a fact. Greenmerk, a publicly traded Swedish company, just adopted a Bitcoin treasury again. Why are they doing this? Because it makes their stock popular. K33 just acquired 10 more Bitcoin for $10 million. That's, I mean, they paid 10 times too much, if that tweet's correct. I think that's meant to say $1 million to bolster its balance sheet. Again, these companies that are buying Bitcoin, you've got to question why. Why is this company buying Bitcoin? They're buying it to pump their stock. Then, and if a company buys $1 million worth of Bitcoin, it can increase the stock value by $20 million. Because people buy random Bitcoin stocks for no reason. There's no logic behind it. And ultimately, it will all come crashing down. Who knows when? Nobody knows when. But at some point, it will come crashing down because the value of Bitcoin is high. And if you're looking at who's buying it, it's not retail, it's not people, it's companies that are trying to pump their stocks through unnatural ways. And if we look at how that's played out in the past, when Donald Trump announced that DJT was going to be buying Bitcoin back in November, I hope I'm in focus, by the way. I don't know if I'm in focus. I can't actually see. I know the camera's not been 100% today. But yeah, Donald Trump said that their company was buying Bitcoin. After their company bought Bitcoin, their stock price rose. I think it was about 50% in like November or October of last year. And then since that point in time, DJT is down about 80%. These announcements, these companies do it because it increases their stock price temporarily. They're able to place futures positions and make money from that. They're doing it to exploit retail. This is a whole economic system built around exploiting retail. So I don't know how it pans out in the long term, but certainly I don't really expect much good to come from the way that people in the traditional industries are treating crypto, because they do treat it like a big Ponzi scheme that they can make money from. And that's completely true for as long as the Ponzi remains liquid and popular. But the second the arse drops out of it again, and look, I've been in Bitcoin for years. The arse drops out of it every now and again. And when it drops out of it, it doesn't come back for about a year. Now, I don't think that's going to happen instantly. I think it's going to be a slow drag. You've got to remember, sell in May and go away. It's the thing. I could be completely way off right now, and I just have this mild short bias. It's not a strong short bias right now. It's just a mild short bias that I look around me. I see everyone screaming, bull market, bull market. Look, altcoins are dead, and altcoins are a good sign if an industry is healthy or not, because people are investing in alternative parts of the industry. If everyone is just piling into one coin, then the crypto industry isn't in itself healthy. Just Bitcoin is healthy. And you've got to question, when people want to take profits on Bitcoin, do they all take profit at once? And the answer to that is typically yes, which is why the price of Bitcoin the other week, when it was 110K, dropped down to 75K in about 2 weeks. Didn't take very long at all, because everybody, when it starts to sell, everybody sells all at the same time. And you're going to see that worse than ever when it comes to institutional selling. And that's a big fear of mine when it comes to Bitcoin, but also a huge opportunity for the people that want to trade it like myself, and the people that want to acquire more Bitcoin for the long term, like myself. The price volatility that you see in the short term that comes from whales buying and selling, that's something that we can make money from. So again, check out Bybit. You'll find a link for it in today's video description. We're using Stonksy as well to kind of accurately predict the prices of everything. And so if you want to get Stonksy, do check it out. The oscillator is £44, and the thing is the whole package, including color changing and kind of pretty much everything that you need is that one. Then I get asked regularly about Crypto Saving Expert as well, more so frequently than ever, which I'm very pleased about, because a lot of people don't pay enough attention to it. You can get all of the crypto education you'll ever need for £20 a month. You get all these courses, but you also get access to the Discord group. You go on Crypto Saving Expert's website, you click on Join CSE Plus, you scroll down, you go to this plan here, you click on monthly, you go to that one. It's not £100 a month if you use code CSE80. If you do that, it makes it £20 a month, and then you can join the Discord group where I post all of my trades. All you do is you click on this option, you go through, you use code CSE80, and you get it for £20 a month. Try it for a month. Honestly, it'll be life-changing. Now, finally in today's video, what is the price of Bitcoin going to do? Well, we need to hold this level here above $105,700, and we lose that level, we go all the way down, and it'll be quite an aggressive drop-off. On Ethereum, again, it looks strong until it doesn't. $2,600 will be the key level that we need to hold. If we lose that level, we're back to the downside. In terms of the upside levels that we need to keep an eye on, we are kind of literally just getting rejected from one right now, but I'd say the overall upside level that we need to be keeping an eye on is this one right here, which would be a break of the level of $2,648. Do not be short above that level, because that'll be quite an aggressive pump to the upside. In terms of Bitcoin, the higher ranges is pretty obvious to me right now. We need to be above this level here. Basically break the moving average, to be fair. If we break the moving average and close a candle above it, we should be all good. But really, we're looking for a break of $107,000 to take us back up to around $108,000, at which point, again, you would expect some kind of rejection, because that would basically complete the overriding kind of penalty thing. And I just favor the downside. We'll see how it goes anyway. I've been pretty right so far since returning to YouTube. So if you appreciate that, do drop a like on it. In terms of James WYYN, well, James WYYN, hopefully he does start winning again and doesn't blow his account. But, I mean, facts and history would suggest that we're on a path to zero. We're already pretty close. So, yeah. At the point where you are asking for donations on Twitter, and I don't know if it was real or not, but I saw some screenshots that he was asking for donations on Twitter, and about $14,000 of donations got sent to him. At that point, it's probably time to pull out what you've got left. But yeah, I really hope he doesn't lose everything. But on that note, guys, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.